'cause mama, I'm sure I to handle now, yes I am. Let's speak loud in the world, but I'm a man with a greater spirit. Got to knock on me, but I love you better than him. Take my hand, don't be afraid, I'm gonna prove every word I say. Advertise the love more praise so you can place it there with me. But run along, not by the bed. Tips in love, that little thing with my life, you can't call so mama, I'm sure hard to handle now, yes I am. Hey, hard to handle that. Sit baby, here I am, a man all the same. Give me what you want, but you got to bring it home to me. There's a good little love and then I got a little more in store. When I get the baby born and all, know you'll be around for more. Boys run on, not by the present. Touch and love, pretty little thing in my life, you can't call so mama, I'm sure I'll handle now, yes I am. Yeah, how to handle that? Can't call so mama, I'm sure I'll handle now, yes I am. Yeah, hard to handle that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on, hard job. Mountain road. Gentlemen out there, see hard to follow now. Oh yeah.
Success, no stress, and lots of happiness. Not gonna blast you on the radio. Not gonna lie to your family, no. Not gonna hate you in the magazines. Not gonna compromise. Not gonna diss you on the internet. No one try me better than that.
things never seem to change, and every day I stay the same. Moonlight swelling through the trees, it never seems to wane. Sometimes I feel like I'm a silhouette, like my imitation leads me towards regret. Sometimes I wish that we had never met. I'm faking every step, stealing all the breath out of my lungs. Got me in the dark speaking in tongues. Tell me, when did this stop being fun? We're undone and uncomfortably numb. You're stealing all the breath out of my lungs. Got me in the dark speaking in tongues. Tell me, when did this stop being fun? We're undone and uncomfortably numb.
Disconnected, out of mind, I'm unaffected by the times. Misdirect me on a dime, break me with something slight.
Born in a compromise, raised on white lies.
They say the road to hell is paved with gold.
At 25 I feel content with caution, dodging my halo, dodging my halo, dodging my halo.
You're stealing all the breath out of my lungs. Got me in the dark speaking in tongues. Tell me, when did this stop being fun? We're undone and uncomfortably numb. You're stealing all the breath out of my lungs. Got me in the dark speaking in tongues. Tell me, when did this stop being fun? We're undone and uncomfortably numb. Uncomfortably numb.
We're undone and uncomfortably numb. The seasons change, we stay the same, so we're blue in the face. I need the pain to soothe my brain.
You're stealing all the breath out of my lungs. Got me in the dark speaking in tongues. Tell me, when did this stop being fun? We're undone and uncomfortably numb. You're stealing all the breath out of my lungs. Got me in the dark speaking in tongues. Tell me, when did this stop being fun? We're undone and uncomfortably numb.
Uncomfortably numb. We stay the same. The seasons change, we stay the same.
We're undone and uncomfortably numb.
I know she said it's alright, but you gon' make it up next time. I know she knows it's not right. There ain't no use in lying. Maybe she thinks I know something. Maybe she thinks it's fine. Or maybe she knows something I don't. I'm so tired. I'm so tired of trying. It seems to me that maybe it pretty much always means no. So don't tell me, you might just let it go. And oftentimes we're lazy. It seems to stand in my way. 'Cause no one, no, not no one likes to be let down. I know she loves the sunrise, no longer sees it with her sleeping eyes. And I know that when she said she's gonna try, well, it might not work because of other ties. And I know she usually has some other ties, and I wouldn't wanna break them. I wouldn't wanna break them. Maybe she'll help me to untie this, but until then, well, I'm gonna have to lie to you. It seems to me that maybe it pretty much always means no. So don't tell me, you might just let it go. And oftentimes we're lazy, it seems to stand in my way. 'Cause no one, no, not no one likes to be let down. It seems to me that maybe it pretty much always means no. So don't tell me, you might just let it go. Harder that you try, baby, the further you'll fall. Even with all the money in the whole wide world. Please, please, please don't pass me. Please, please, please don't pass me. Please, please, please don't pass me by. Everything you know about me now, baby, you're gonna have to change. You're gonna call it by a brand new name. Please, please, please don't drag me. Please, please, please don't drag me. Please, please, please don't drag me down. Just like a tree down by the water, baby, I shall not move. Even after all the silly things you do. Please, please, please don't drag me. Please, please, please don't drag me. Please, please, please don't drag me down.
All I know is something like a bird within her saying. All I know, she sang a little while and then flew on. Tell me all that you know, I'll show you. Snow and rain. When you hear that same sweet song again, will you know why? Anyone who sings a tune so sweet is passing by. Laugh in the sunshine, sing, cry in the dark, fly through the night. Don't cry now. Don't you cry. Don't you something like a bird within her sang. All I know, she sang a little while and then flew on. Tell me all that you know, I'll show you snow and rain.
Time for Lincoln Potters Baseball.
You've got to pump it up, but don't you know, pump it up. You've got to pump it up, but don't you know, pump it up. You've got to pump it up, but don't you know, pump it up. You've got to pump it up, but don't you know, pump it up. You've got to pump it up, but don't you know, pump it up. You've got to pump it up, but don't you know, pump
Today's
it up.
broadcast is brought to you by
pump it
Stones
up,
Radio
but don't you
Network.
know, pump
Now
it
let's
up.
potter up
You've
to the
got
booth.
pump it up.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to McBean Stadium in Lincoln, California for another great evening of Lincoln Potters baseball. My name is Mark the Phantom Lowe, along with Riley the Engineer, and tonight the Potters look to continue their record-setting season-opening stretch when they host the West Coast Kings Gold team. Now, Lincoln came from 6 runs down last night to beat the Menlo Legacy 13-8 and run their record to 10-1, an all-time best in franchise history to begin a season tonight. First-year manager Tyler Robertson sends out Isaiah Williams to hopefully keep that rolling. We'll get you ready with a look at the Kings lineup that Isaiah will be facing. And a reminder, as we look at this lineup, it is fireworks night, and it is a strange night, and Riley and I will tell you why in just a second. Chase Taylor starting us off. Zachary Goldenberg, the first baseman, batting in the 4th spot, followed by Nate Hamburger. Jaden Reynolds, the ARC product, coming back to Lincoln. He is batting in the 7th spot. Frankie Castillo rounds it out at number 9. And Kyle Jimenez is the pitcher for the West Coast Kings Gold Squad. Remember, they have 3 squads. The West Coast Kings Black Squad was in here on Tuesday. Today, the Gold Squad. And then when the league play begins, the Pacific Empire League, it'll be the West Coast Kings Gray Squad. So, here's the situation. Riley the Engineer and I, and Riley, go ahead and mic up for this if you want, because I need you. So we're sitting here, we're getting ready for the game. Riley's doing all the hundreds of things he does, and I'm just making fun of interns. So I do what I do, and he does what he does. So Riley's window was open, mine was closed, and there was a guy that came up, and he looked like some sort of baseball coach guy, and he came up, and he kind of went up to the window, and he said, "Do you guys have a Potters lineup?" And he had a he had a phone in his hand, Riley.
His phone.
So I thought he was going to take a picture. So I took our little lineup sheet that we have, and I handed it to him. And at this point, I'm feeling okay. Now, at this point, are you already thinking something might be weird or what?
I thought he was just going to take a picture with his phone since he had it out right there.
He had the phone out.
So.
He's going to take a picture. I give him the thing. He takes the lineup sheet and just turns around and leaves.
Yeah.
He just walks down there, and Riley's like, "What the heck?" And I'm like, "Where's he going?" And I said, "Oh, okay. He's the guy who writes the lineup on the outside when you come into the stadium. You see that they're board there with the lineups right now. He's the guy." And then Riley says, "No, he's not the guy."
He just started walking right back to his seat.
He just kept going all the way down toward the first baseline. In the last row there, he got ahead and went up the thing into about the 6th or 7th row. Came back, sit down, showed all his friends a sheet of paper,
and then just sat down.
We don't have a lineup sheet anymore.
It's
crazy. I don't know what's going on. It's got to be because it's a fireworks night.
It has to be, yeah.
And so Riley, I don't think I've ever seen the young man laugh that loud or that long forever. I mean, I've known the guy for a couple of years, but man, he went crazy. He had to sit down on the couch and compose himself.
It was honestly like I couldn't handle it.
It was one of the funniest things ever, and just so shocking because he just came up here matter of fact and said, you guys got a lineup? Oh, okay, it's a coach. So here you go. And take a picture. He just took it, turned around, and gone. So there you go. That's how the night started. Thank you, Riley. That's how the night started. Riley, the engineer, getting involved in that. As our first batter is Chase Taylor, and Isaiah Williams mows him down as we were telling the story for the first strikeout. So Taylor is out. It'll be Daniel Pulasic, the shortstop, coming up. And let's take a look at our Potters defensive alignment. We got Cole Dillon out in left field tonight. Cole Eaton is in center, Trip Garrish in right. J.R. Freethy takes over third. T.J. Oster at short. Luke Mancy and Hudson Brown on the right side. Behind the plate, Sean White. And Isaiah Williams, the left-hander out of Jackson State University, is on the mound. He's going to face Taylor, Pulasic, and Colin Johnston, the first 3 hitters. That one swung on and missed. Right about 89 for Isaiah Williams. Big left-hander, 6'6", 245 out of Elk Grove, California, and Jackson State University. That's fouled away, so it's quickly. That's going to go right over there. Oh, right next to the front row people who didn't see that one coming. And I think everybody's fine over there. I think they're just going. They're feeling like me and Riley, like, what the heck's going on here? High fastball. All of a sudden they're sitting down. They're getting ready to enjoy some kettle corn maybe because kettle corn is big. And all of a sudden there's a baseball sitting right next to him. 2-2 is also high, so it's 3-2, or maybe it's just 2-2. I'm looking at the scoreboard. Now I'm looking at Riley's scoreboard. It's 2.5 and 2. I'm just going to split the difference. That's popped. The left side, chasing it over there is JR, but he's not going to be able to make a play. JR at third, TJ at short. Cole Dillon in left, Cole Eaton in center. It's a confusing night, and it started off in a very confusing manner, although the return of the parking lot Potters was awesome. Fastball, call it, strike 3. 2 straight strikeouts for Isaiah Williams. 2 down here in the top of the first, and Colin Johnston will be the hitter. Colin out of Granada High School. West Coast Kings with their traditional, got the yellow and the black. Very nice combination of colors. We saw a Rockland Little League team, I think they had the same colors earlier. That's in there for a strike. Right at 91, so Isaiah ramping it up here, the left-hander. That's fouled down the right field line, so he's quickly ahead 0-2. As the fireworks crowd still kind of filing in. We got the tarps back up over the middle section right in front of us, so that's good news. The kiln is going crazy down there. The Brick and Barrel Backyard Beer Garden, likewise. That one's lifted down the right field line. That's going to be foul as well and get over to the VIP section, I think, or over the VIP, over where all the cranes are. Cherry pickers, I think they call those things. They were doing some modifications when I came to the game, which is, of course, 6 hours before. That is outside for a ball. Got a team, Little League team, or 12 and under, whatever you call it, going to Cooperstown next month, which is something that kind of a rite of passage, and they're out here doing the 50-50 today. That's a little squibber down to first base. Hudson Brown reaches up the glove and makes the catch. So good inning for Williams. 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the first. Kings nothing. Potters coming to bat.
I'm Bill Spear, North Valley president of 5 Star Bank. In a time when business can feel so uncertain, we're here for you every step of the way.
I know they have a lot of bells and whistles within their bank, but just the relationship piece here locally on the business side is huge for us.
5 Star treats us like we're number one. They're right there with suggestions, with help. So I have to bank with people that have our mission in mind.
We're 5 Star Bank. How can we help you?
Out $100 bills, and it kills and it thrills like the horns on my Silverado grill. And I buy the bar.
Bottom of the first inning here from McBean Stadium. It's a fireworks night, and Isaiah Williams did his part in the first inning, 2 strikeouts and a pop-out. So let's take a look at the Potters lineup that will face Kyle Menez, the right-hander from Fresno Pacific for the West Coast Kings. J.R. Freethy playing at second base. He'll lead us off. Hudson Brown back in the lineup at third. Andrew Sloan moves up to the DH. He moves up to fourth spot in the lineup. He had 4 runs batted in last night. Sean White already has a home run for the Potters, hitting in that 5th spot. Trip Garish has been hot in the 8th spot. And TJ Oster, number 9 at shortstop for the Lincoln Potters. Isaiah Williams out on the hill. So it's Freethy, it's Eden, and it's Brown, the first 3 hitters, as the Potters look to go 11-1 on the season. Just a third game of the season. The loss to the Novato Knicks on that first Sunday is the only blemish on the Potters record as they try to ramp it up. We've got tomorrow the Seals are in town, and then a day off, and then a 2-game series against the Fresno Athletics before another day off, and then I think the Berkovich Honors come in for 2, and then it's 2 days off, and it's time to play Pacific Empire League Baseball with the Humboldt Crabs in town, and followed right away by the Medford Rogues. You want to get tickets for those. That's about the 18th of June that starts. Fastball is outside by Menace, and JR, who's 4 for 13 on the season at 308, has scored 7 runs. Fouls that one right back to the screen. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. So you want to get there and get tickets early because the competition will be tremendous when the Pacific Empire League play begins on June the 18th with that 3-game set against the Crabs, followed by the Medford Rogues back in town. Missed the Medford Rogues from couple of years, well, right almost the beginning of our time here in Lincoln. JR takes outside for a ball. 2-1. That one's fouled away again. So it's even on J.R. Freely out of Rockland, California, University of Nevada. Up in Reno up there. My niece just graduated from there, so I have to give them, they did a fine job. Or somebody did a fine job. She got out of there. Outside for a ball, 3-2. Didn't go to the graduation, but there was a local graduation party. It was quite good. It was quite nice. Freely reaches out and lines it. Oh, nice play at third base. That's Colin Johnston over there, and he reaches up and robs JR the base hit, so it gives us a good time to look at that defensive alignment for the West Coast Kings. Colin at third, Daniel Pulasic at short, Jaden Reynolds, our guy from ARC, is at second, Zachary Goldenberg, the first baseman, Riley Pimentel behind the plate, Castillo, Taylor, and Hamburger in the outfield. Here's Cole Eaton out of Elkhorn, Nebraska. Takes that one outside. Hitting at .314 on the campaign, 11 for 35. Takes that one, looked good, but inside. And the catcher, Pimentel, also thought it looked good because he held it there for quite some time. Jimenez bringing it in right around 85 miles an hour on the fastball. That's chopped foul. 2-1 on Cole Eaton out of the University of Tennessee. Also the home of our intern Lauren. So, and we had Tennessee intern last year, Dylan. I wonder if he still checks us out. That's fouled down the right field line. Dylan was a good dude. He was one of those guys, like I said, he obviously, you knew what his buttons were, and you could push him, and it would work even though he knew you were pushing his buttons. But he was a good guy. He did really like Tennessee athletics. They lost today, so he probably is not doing much of anything. High fly ball, short left field. Shortstop's going to go out. He's going to call for it. That is Pulasic, and he'll make the play. So 2 quick outs for the Potters, and Hudson Brown will be the hitter. Hudson at .304 with 5 runs batted in. Missed a couple of games with a leg injury, but we're glad to see he's back in the lineup because he comes from Olive Branch, Mississippi. And it gives me a chance to say that. Also, the University of Kentucky was winning today when I was watching them play Oregon State with the great Nolan Murphy on their team. Nolan McCarthy, not Nolan Murphy. The great Nolan Murphy works here, and I don't know if he's even that great. But Nolan McCarthy is great, and he's from Kalamazoo, Michigan, which is huge. That one's in there. I can't believe I said the great Nolan Murphy. Oh, that's going to haunt me. Of all the broadcasting mistakes that I've made, that one may be the one that causes me to think about hanging him up. Inside to Hudson. Andrew Sloan on deck, DHing today out of Sacramento, California. Great to see the parking lot Potters and down in the front row where they belong. Check swing. Did he go? Doesn't matter. It's a strike. 2-2. And Riley, I have to say again, I really thank you for educating me on on being a fan, of being a good fan. 2-2 is outside. So, because if a fan goes to get something at the concession stand, they have 2 hands. They have to bring back 2 items. This guy's coming back with 1 shaved ice. Of course, it is a big shaved ice. He might need the other hand to hold on to that. Grounded down the first base line. That is a foul ball. I got to get the shaved ice guy up here. I've got so many questions for him. We have to try to go talk to him and get him up here before a game. So many shaved ice related questions. And yes, I'll get to the chocolate flavored shaved ice in the conversation, but I got to start him off with some easy ones because that you can't just drop that on a guy. Outside, and Hudson gets himself a base on balls. First base runner of the ball game comes via the walk, and it'll bring up Andrew Sloan, who was 2 for 16 going into last night, but picked up 3 hits last night, 4 runs batted in, raised the average to 238. A 2-run single, a 1-run single, and a RBI walk with the bases loaded, because that's the only way you could get one. And Andrews in the 4 spot here against Menes. Looked pretty good right there, but it's a ball. Andrew takes that one outside, so it's 2-0. Well, if the other one was a ball, that one was going to be a ball. No doubt about it. Good crowd settling in here. Got fireworks after the game. Got the Potters trying to extend that franchise best opening stretch. High fly ball left field. Castillo out there is trying to fight the sun. He's going to go into foul territory. Look out there. And he runs out of room. The grassy knoll. I'm sure they were being supportive on the grassy knoll, because all of a sudden he just sped up and the ball goes out of play. So 2 balls and a strike on Andrew. Hudson Brown at first. 2 outs here, bottom of the first. Now that's it. It's a Little League team, each one with his own shaved ice. Tremendous. Fouls that one down the right field line. Evens it up 2-2. See, when I was a kid, you went after the game, you got a snow cone. It wasn't a shaved ice, it was just a snow cone. You couldn't get it with like 3 flavors. You got cherry or grape. And if you were cool, you put them both together and called it a suicide. That's what we did. I'm sorry. Inside for a ball. I mean, I don't know if that's even, I don't know if I'm canceled for that or something. I don't know. But nowadays, I think there's like at least 20 flavors on that board outside the shaved ice. I got to talk to that guy. It's fascinating. There goes Brown outside, ball 4. So a couple of walks after 2 were out here, and that'll give it up to Sean White. Newcomer came in and went 1 for 3 in his first game. And oh yeah, the one was a 3-run home run. He's from Niceville, Florida, which is either the nicest or the meanest place on earth. And he goes to Georgia Southern University. Right-handed hitter settling in against Jimenez, who was impressive against Freethy and Eaton, and then walks Brown and now Sloan. And catches the outside corner with that one. Oh, 1 coming up to Sean White. That one is in there again. 0-2. Sean takes that one outside, gets by the catcher, back to the backstop, and everybody's going to move up. So with Brown at third and now Andrew Sloan at second, Sean has a couple more RBI out there for him. He's got 3 on the season, courtesy of that home run. But he's got a 1-ball, 2-strike count here against Kyle Jimenez. Swing and a miss. Jimenez gets out of it with the strikeout. No runs. We left 2. We go to the second inning. Potters nothing, Kings nothing.
Hi, Bill Evans, President of the Placer County Association of Realtors. We're in our store, our conference facilities, an amazing team that helps keep together an amazing organization. And we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PCAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time, felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
Crowd settled in. Most of the crowd has settled in here as we go to the top of the second. It's going to be close to a sellout crowd, of course, because it is fireworks night here at McBean Stadium, and right now it's 0-0. Isaiah Williams will be out on the mound. He'll take on Zachary Goldenberg, then Nate Hamburger and Nick Simers. Isaiah with 2 strikeouts in the first inning. 6'6", 245 out of Elk Grove and Jackson State University. Where's Piper? I haven't seen Piper the Peacock. I know he makes an appearance in the bottom of the first, but he was in and out today. He's got a lot of kids. He's probably going to really be run ragged today. A lot of the young people out here for fireworks night. Great to see. A lot of Little League teams, different organizations. Just about ready to get started here. It's Zachary Goldenberg, the first baseman out of College of Marin, right-handed hitter facing Isaiah Williams. I really missed that lineup sheet, Riley. I don't know. I feel like we should go over there like in the 5th inning with a microphone and go, dude, what's up? You took our lineup. We can't even do the lineups now. He was very convincing, though. The way he had his phone out like, oh, no, I'm taking a picture. I got it, and I ran. 2-0 pitch, a nice fastball in there for a strike. 2-1 on Goldenberg. Swing and a miss at that one. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Zach looks at the ump like as if to say, would that have been a strike if I didn't swing? And I'm like, what does it matter? Fastball just misses that outside corner. So it's a full count on Goldenberg, leading off the top of the second. And he takes, and that is going to be called strike 3. 90 miles an hour right on the corner for Isaiah Williams. That is strikeout number 3 for the left-hander. Nate takes on Nate Hamburger, the right fielder. Nate out of Willamette College. Batting in the number 5 spot for the West Coast Kings Gold Squad. Pours that one down at a little bit too low, though, so it's 1-0. Parking Lot Potters with their first spread of the season, and it was ribs. And Riley, the engineer, is now Ribby, the engineer, because he really enjoys the ribs. And now he's getting, people are just handing him ribs. Oh my gosh, Willie's giving him his now. Chopper out towards shortstop. It's Oster. Big hop across the diamond, got him by a step. TJ stuck with it. Fires to first base to Hudson Brown, 2 outs. And then Nick Simers is the hitter, the DH out of San Joaquin Delta College. The Delta College Mustangs. Willie says it's Seamers. Maybe I'll say it the way Willie says it. I like my way, though. Call it Seamers, and he takes the first one in there for a strike, 0-1. 0-1, that's outside for a ball. One ball, one strike on Seamers. That's sliced down the right field line, and it is out of play over by the cherry picker. So it's 1-2. One-two pitch just a little bit too high, so it's 2-2. 2 out here, top of the second. Williams has retired 5 in a row, 3 via the strikeout. Misses outside with that one. 3 balls, 2 strikes. That's too high. Seamers gets the base on balls. He'll go down to first base runner of the game for the Kings, and Jaden Reynolds will be the hitter.
And now, batting for the West Coast Kings, our junior Browns dog man of the ballgame, Jaden Reynolds.
So Reynolds up here. I don't think that's the Jaden Reynolds from ARC, though. I'll have to get verification.
Our dog batter should strike out at
outside for a ball. Riley Pimentel to follow, then Frankie Castillo for the Kings. That's fouled back to the screen. 1-1. He is the Dueling Dogs batter, so if he strikes out, half off Dueling Dogs products for the rest of the inning. We've really been hitting on these lately. Swing and a miss. A throw back to first base. They're going to slap the tag on, and he did not get him. Nice job by Sean White to see that he was off, and Brown with the tag, but Seamers got in just underneath that tag. It's 1-2 on Reynolds. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes, and Dueling Dogs hits again. It's half off for the remainder of the inning for Potters fans, and we go to the bottom of the second. Potters nothing, Kings nothing.
Situated on the corner of Lincoln Boulevard and 5th Street, this iconic building has been the home to several hotels over the decades, the most famous and longest running of which was the Lincoln Inn. Having undergone several renovations and architectural changes, this building is the current home of Old Town Pizza, which boasts not one but 2 floors for your dining enjoyment, including open-air seating on the roof. Stop in for a slice today. Or stop by the Lincoln Museum to see the 300-pound cash register that used to adorn the front desk of the Lincoln Inn. For more great history, visit the Lincoln Area Archives Museum and, by appointment only, take their free walking tour of historic downtown Lincoln.
Right in the middle of the mascot race, and the kids are on fire. And now Piper out at second base. Piper is leading for about 5 feet. Piper was in fact in the lead, but here comes, I don't know, an Olympic sprinter to be. Hopefully, almost caught up with the fastball that they're warming up with. And what a job. Another well-done winner. Good winners this year, Riley. Piper coming in predictably tardy, but looking kind of tired. Maybe, maybe work on the cardio there, Piper. It stands on the plate while Jimenez wants to get on with the warm-up tosser, which I always enjoy. So we had a tremendous winner. That guy really, of course, he's probably about 6, I would say. And he got himself the grand prize, whatever that happened to be today, with a tremendous performance on the base pass. And Jimenez continues his tosses to catcher Riley Pimentel. The Potters will show Luke Manzi, Cole Dillon, and Trip Garish to the plate this inning, 6, 7, and 8. They had 2 on with 2 outs, but White with the strikeout to end the inning. Jimenez out of Fresno Pacific got 1 strikeout and walked 2 in the first inning. Riley has somehow Sorry, I was taking a son's 8th birthday request, and I just wanted to be present, Riley. I know you say, well, why don't you just get? I got to be present, and then explain. Well, then you have to go over to Willie. Then you don't talk to me about that because, I mean, I don't. 8-year-olds aren't in my wheelhouse anymore. But I still had to go ahead and listen to make sure that what she needed, because I'm a customer service person. Outside to Luke Mancy, 3:23 for Luke. Out of the University of New Mexico, and he takes a ball. That is a ball outside. That is in there for a strike. There's a fan that got one of the ice cream sundaes in the Leatherby's helmet. I love that. Leatherby's in the batting helmet. Fantastic. That's a tremendous call. 3-1 pitch is big chopper out towards second base. Reynolds has it, underhands it to first. Did he get him? Yes, he did. And when I say yes, he did, that's just because he called him out at first base. So Mancy legs it out, but Reynolds with the underhand flip to get him at first. One out, and Cole Dillon will come to the plate. Cole with a couple of hits last night, raised his average up to 307 for the summer. Playing out in left field today. He's also played catcher and he's played third base. Dillon with a pair of RBI last night, as he had a couple hits and 2 runs batted in. Right-handed hitter out of Rockwall, Texas. Fouls the first one off. It's 0-1. Trip Garish on deck out of the Air Force Academy. Popped up on the infield. Going to have to hurry. Reynolds knows it's the shortstop coming over. That is Palasic, and he will make the catch for the out. Almost dumped that one in there, as Reynolds was a little bit slow to come in from second base, but Dillon is retired. 2 outs here in the second, and here is Trip Garish. 3 hits in his debut on Tuesday, had 1 hit last night, so he is 4 for 7 on the season. Big left-handed hitter out of Belmont, California, and the United States Air Force Academy. Takes the strike. That went a little bit outside. Just when you say the great Nolan Murphy, he shows up along with Matt Lundgren to take care of some issues in the stands. Very hands-on, this top brass. That one catches the outside corner, so it's 1-2. Something to be done, they just, they don't call on them. They just go down there and do it themselves. It was a strike, Riley. Deal with it. Just deal with it. 1-2 pitch. Call strike 3. I don't think Tripp agrees either if it's any consolation. We're through 2, no score. Top of the third inning here from McBean Stadium, which means, yes, axe throwing is underway down the first base line. Riley, the engineer, giving you a great picture of it as we have 2. Oh, my gosh, I was just about to say 2 amateurs, and that guy just nailed it with the left hand. You should just, oh, my gosh, and the tying move, and then, he comes back with a sudden death and wins it 2-1, right? Oh, is that the way you score axe throwing? I think it is. Great job by both participants. Little guy in the white shirt came in and just dialed in one when he was down big and brought it to a tie, but then the clutch winner wins it 2-1. Riley Pimentel, Frankie Castillo, and Chase Taylor, 8-9-1 for the West Coast Kings here in the top of the third against Isaiah Williams, who's been very effective. He's allowed 1 runner a base on balls and struck out 4. The left-hander out of Elk Grove, facing Riley Pimentel out of Butte College. That one is outside. 1-0 on Riley. Heritage High School and then to Butte College. Takes inside for a ball. So it's 2-0 quickly on Pimentel with Frankie Castillo to follow. And that one's high, 3-0. Williams walked Seamers with 2 outs in the 5th inning, but then struck out Reynolds. And he's 3-0 on Pimentel. And he's 4-0. So Riley goes down to first base, second base runner for the Kings, and we got the number 9 hitter, Frankie Castillo, the left fielder. Out of Monterey Peninsula College, out of Kennedy High School. Left-handed hitter steps in against the left-hander Isaiah Williams. Right down the middle, 0-1. Took a touch off that one, did Isaiah. About 88 miles an hour on that fastball. He's been up at 90. Tries the breaking ball, but it's too high. So it's 1-1 on Frankie Castillo. Chase Taylor, the number 1 hitter, leadoff hitter, is on deck. Misses with the fastball. 2-1. Great night for baseball out here. Very, very pleasant. A lot of great fans out to see the game and then check out the fireworks afterwards. Williams is going to go to first with that one. Hudson Brown over there at first for the Potters tonight. The Brick and Barrel Beer Garden doing brisk business down the first base line. It swung on and missed. The obstacle course bounce house, which is usually, I mean, there's still people in there, but it's not moving around the way it usually does. I think the people might be smaller is what I'm saying. It's not rocking as much as usual, although it's early. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Williams, his 5th. And with 1 out, we go to the top of the order, and Chase Taylor, who was the first victim of the Williams strikeout machine, back in the top of the first 2, lead off the game. Tried to look up Chase Taylor on what they call the internets or something to get some info on him, but there was like 15 Chase Taylors. And don't know which one was this one, so didn't want to give him any erroneous information. So Chase, although we welcome his presence and acknowledge it, I don't know exactly what his school of attendance is. He takes that breaking ball. That was a nice pitch by Williams. 0-2. Chase out in center field for the Kings tonight. That breaking ball barely missed the inside corner. One and two now. That one is outside considerably. 2-2. Riley, I think by your definition, about half the fans we have going to the concession stand are good fans. About half. That's in the dirt, 3-2. Riley's definition of a good fan is if you have 2 hands and you come back from the concession stand, you have one thing in either hand. Doesn't matter what it is. Preferably 2 beers. That is ball 4. So he had him 0-2, had a pitch he thought might have been strike 3, and loses him. Third walk now for Williams, and was 2 on and 1 out. Here is Daniel Palasic, who struck out looking back in the first inning, the shortstop out of Alhambra High School. So it's left-hander against left-hander here. Fouls that one off on a high inside fastball, so it's 0-1 on Daniel Palasic. Colin Johnston is next. Sails the fastball. Upstairs 1-1. Pimentel's out at second base. Taylor over at first. We're in the top of the third here from McBean Stadium. Neither team with a hit as of yet. And there's a high fly ball to right field. Going back is Garish. He's got a beat on it, makes the catch in front of the fence, and guns it in. Runner at second. That's Pimentel's going to tag and go to third. Palasic hit it well. I didn't think it was hit quite well enough to get out of here, but it was pretty close as Garish was playing him way over to right center field. He had to go back to his left to make the catch in front of the Raising Cane sign. So now 2 outs, but a runner at third and first. And Colin Johnston, who popped out to first base his first time up. Takes that one in there for a called strike. Run out of high school down in Livermore. That's outside. 1-1. Jake Morrell, left-hander on the Potters. His mom, as we said, trains service dogs, and she brought Joss, Joss, to the game today. Swing and a miss, but that ball gets away. And coming in from third is Pimentel, and that's the first run of your ball game. So it's a wild pitch after 2 walks, and the Kings are on the board. Moving to second base is Chase Taylor. Got 1-2, says our umpire, and I believe him. That's popped up. Coming on is Garish in right field, going out the second baseman. Tripp makes the call and makes the catch. But not before the Kings score the first run of the ball game. We go to the bottom of the third inning. They lead it 1-0.
Being a laborer means everything. It was what took care of me when I was growing up. It's what takes care of me now. Because of President Biden and the money he's put into infrastructure, the need for our workforce to expand is out of this world. When our members are able to go to work on these big projects that are funded by Biden's economic investments, it means continued growth in their wages, in their pensions, in their health benefits. It means they're going to be able to take care of their families.
Bottom of the third inning from McBean. The Kings have grabbed the 1-0 lead, still without benefit of a hit. Neither team has a hit. Potters will send up T.J. Oster, then the top of the lineup, J.R. Freethy and Cole Eaton against Kyle Jimenez, who has walked 2, but he's struck out 2 as well. He now has a 1-0 lead. I'm seeing intern Carson outside the press box, and it doesn't work for me. I don't know what he's doing. It's like a fish out of water kind of thing. He's not supposed to be out amongst the people. He's a press box guy. So here's TJ out of Phoenix, Arizona, and also the United States Air Force Academy. He is 2 for 8 on the season. Takes the first one low and inside. TJ with 2 runs batted in on the season, hitting at .250. Jimenez, the right-hander, winds and delivers. That's hit foul. Kyle is from Fresno Pacific University. In his third inning of work out there for the Kings. They got stretching in their bullpen, but nobody actually throwing. That ball sails outside, a slider, 2-1. Well, we had several of the helmet Sundays up here. She's got a stack of helmets she's taken downstairs. Well played. Look out, that's inside. 3-1. TJ batting in the number 9 spot for Tyler Robertson here in this one. Takes that one for a strike. Full count to open the bottom of the third. That's outside. No, it's on the outside corner. Call strike 3. Second straight call, third strike out for the Potters. Garish back in the second and Oster here in the third that were seemingly a little bit far outside, but the call is made and the out is recorded. We go to J.R. Freethy at the top of the order. He lined out to third base. A great play by Johnson at third base back in the first inning. So J.R. is up here with 1 out, and watch that one sail outside. Hits that line drive into right center. That is the first hit of the ball game, and it's going to get to the fence. JR around first. He's at second, picked up in center by Taylor. JR says, I don't care. I'm going to third. The relay throw is going to be held up. It's a stand-up triple for JR Freely, and the Potters have a runner at third with one out. All over that fastball, J.R. Freely hit into no man's land and had the play right in front of him so he could see where Chase Taylor was as far as picking the ball up. The throw in went over the first cutoff man, so there wasn't much chance to get J.R. at third base. And here is Cole Eaton, who popped out to shortstop his first time up, and he's up here with a chance to knot this one up with with J.R. TJ, J.R. 90 feet away. That catches the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Hudson Brown to follow. Kings playing the infield regular depth except for Johnson, who's even with the bag at third. Little grounder out to second. That's going to get the run in. He'll go to first. And Reynolds gets him. It's an RBI for Cole Eaton. And the Potters have tied this one, getting the first hit and their first run of the game. So with 2 outs, here's Hudson Brown. That's Cole's 8th run batted in the summer. And Brown takes outside. 1-0. Good looking pitch right there, 1-1. Hudson takes ball 2. Olive Branch, Mississippi, University of Kentucky, Hudson Brown. Came in 7 for 23 and got a walk his first time up. Takes that one outside. 3-1. Kind of hard to determine what's exactly outside tonight. That's a little looper over into left field. That'll drop for a base hit. So Hudson picked the perfect spot to put that pitching wedge in. He's down at first base. Second hit of the inning for the Potters. Second hit of the game for the Potters. And here's Andrew Sloan, who got a base on balls his first time up. Out of Carmichael, California, according to Willie, and the University of the Pacific. I spent a lot of time in Carmichael. I never saw Andrew. But that is not definitive. First one's outside, gets away, and going down to second will be Hudson Brown. That's going to be a pass ball on that one. As it got by Pimentel back to the screen. So Hudson now in scoring position at his second base, although as I said he had a leg injury a little while ago, so maybe not trying to stretch it unless it's absolutely necessary. Sloan hits a chopper up the middle, cut off by Pulasic at short. Throws it from second base over to first for the out. So Potters score once on 2 hits. We go to the 4th inning. We're all tied at 1.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Here in Michigan, we do more than just survive the winter. We thrive during it. You simply can't keep us away from what we love most: great times and amazing beer. The snow transforms the landscape and lays the path for adventures yet to be had. Trails ready to be explored, and freshly groomed hills ready for the first run of the day. And later, as the sun descends, it's time to unwind with great conversation and even better friends. Experience a taste of Michigan winter with Founders Brewing Company, born and brewed in Michigan.
Top of the 4th inning, Isaiah Williams standing out on the mound ready to take his warm-up tosses, but unfortunately there's no one actually there to receive the warm-up tosses, which is important. You have to get a guy to throw it, but you have to get somebody to catch it as well. And Sean White finally makes his way out there and ready to commence warm-up tosses. 4th inning coming up in front of a pretty much sold-out crowd here, fireworks night, so you knew it was going to be a big crowd, and the bounce house is starting to get a little rambunctious down there. Riley, I spoke a little too soon. It's getting a little crazy down there because of the population is just increasing. I mean, the kids per square inch in that thing is probably not code, if you know what I mean. So the spillover goes over to the regular bounce house. Meanwhile, we go down the first baseline. We got the beer garden down there, which is doing brisk business. We've got the kiln, the VIPs down in the kiln for the evening. We've got the guy down the first baseline that stole our lineup sheet before the game. And I'm trying to see if he's still there. Came up and asked if we had the Potters lineup, and I showed him the sheet because I thought he was going to take a picture of it, and he just took the sheet and went back to his seat. I said, okay. I mean, not much you're going to do. If a guy's got the sheer brazenness to do that, I mean, what are you going to do? Say, hey, give me back my lineup sheet? No, he wins that round. I'm sorry. Riley, maybe you should have done something on the spot. You didn't, so maybe it's on you. I don't know. Maybe not. Zachary Goldenberg will start us off, Nate Hamburger, and then Nick Seamers for the Kings. And the first pitch is on the outside corner for a strike to Goldenberg, who struck out looking back in the second inning. Zachary from the College of Marin. Hits one out to shortstop. Oster has it across the diamond to first, and they have him by a couple of steps at first base. So 2 pitches, 1 out, and that'll bring up Nate Hamburger, who grounded to short his first time up. He's out of Willamette College. Nate's out in right field for the Kings tonight. This is the Kings Gold Squad. The Kings Gray Squad will be the one that plays in the Pacific Empire League against your Potters, and those league games starting in about, let's see, it's been 10 days on the 18th of June when the Humboldt Crabs come to town for 3, followed immediately by the Medford Rogues. Fastball is a strike, so go to LincolnPotters.com, get tickets, get information, get tickets, find out what promotions are going on. We had the crazy medieval nights last night. Went home and told the missus about it. She said, I don't believe you. You're making that up. There can't be people doing that. I said, okay. Jordan had put out on his X account, he put on some videos, and I showed her, and I don't know if she still doesn't believe me, but she said, I don't know why people would do that. I agreed with her on that point. I don't know why people do that, except for the guy in the red stripe who was knocking everybody down all night long, sometimes from behind, sneaking up on them. Fastball's down low, and that is going to be a walk to Hamburger. Fourth one issued by Isaiah Williams. Potters have a little moving around the bullpen down there as Isaiah's in his 4th inning of work, and here's Nick Seamers. He got a walk his first time up. He is the DH out of San Joaquin Delta College. There goes the runner. The pitch is swung on and missed, and it will not even be a throw as Hamburger timed that absolutely perfectly, and there's no play at second base. That one is another strike. Quickly 0-2 on Seamers. Oh, I don't know if that's the first cowbell, but it's the loudest cowbell I've heard today. Oh, 2 coming up inside, and that'll get by as a wild pitch. And going to third is Hamburger. So he steals second, goes to third on a wild pitch. He is now in scoring position, 90 feet away. Seamers with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. The first run for the Kings scored on a wild pitch. Jacob Poole looks to be loosening up in the bullpen for the West Coast Kings. That's line but foul down the first base line. And the first base coach points at the batter and says, that's the way to do it, but just do it fair, which is what base coaches have been doing since time immemorial. If you hit it, they say that's the way to do it, not just do it fair. Breaking ball swung on and missed, and Williams has himself another strikeout. First of the inning, 6th of the game for Isaiah. And with Hamburger still down on third base, it'll be Jaden Reynolds, who was your Dueling Dogs batter and afforded everybody half off Dueling Dogs back in the second inning when he struck out. Hopefully, thirsty fans, he can do it again here in the 4th. First pitch is there, and we're 1/3 of the way. More importantly, perhaps Hamburger down at third base. Fouled back to the screen, and so we are 2/3 of the way. All we need to do is go mathematically another third, and we'll be in pretty good shape. And the Potters will be out of the top of the 4th inning. Here's the 0-2. A little bit too high, 1-2. Right on 90 miles an hour for Isaiah, who's been right around there the entire evening, 88 to 90. Willie's doing auditionings for dog barking now. Breaking ball. Did it catch the outside corner? I guess not. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes on Reynolds. Swing and a miss. He got him again. So 7 strikeout for Williams. Everybody drinks half price for Dueling Dogs. We go to the bottom of the 4th. We're all tied at 1.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street. Only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
Old man knocked on my front door with my teenage boy and a couple more from up the road. He had them by the collar, said he...
Bottom of the 4th from McBean Stadium. We're all tied at 1. Kyle Jimenez out for his 4th inning of work. His first 3 innings, 2 hits, 1 run allowed. He has struck out 3 and walked 2. So Kyle will face Sean White, Luke Mancy, and Cole Dillon. 5, 6, and 7 for the Potters here in the 4th. Sean struck out back in the first inning, so he is 0 for 1 in this one. So Sean settles in out of Niceville, Florida, and Georgia Southern University. Hits it sharply but foul over by the dugout for the West Coast Kings, so it's 0-1 on Sean. 1 for 3 in his debut the other day with a 3-run home run to his name, which worked out well for everybody concerned. Breaking ball's hit down to third. Bobbled by Johnson, picks it back up. He's going to skip it to first and gets him by half a step. So Johnson stayed with it and got the throw across to Goldenberg at first. And one Potter is retired here in the bottom of the 4th, and that'll bring up Luke Mancy, who grounded to second his first time up. And a big chopper to Reynolds, who underhanded it at first. The jury was still out as far as safer out, but he was called out, so that's where the jury has to go. There's a strike. 0-1. Another good fan by Riley's definition. Guy carrying the 2 beers. One of you just taking care of things. Surveying the area. Foul ball by Mancy. Casual. Kind of like, looks like he has no idea where he's going. He has 2 beers, and he's kind of just walking around like, I don't know, I could go sit over there, I guess. I've got 2 beers, so somebody will let me sit. Now he just decided to stand. Now I'm fascinated, because I don't think he knows where he's going. Maybe I could help him. 0-2 on Mancy. Luke takes outside. He was looking for somebody, and he has to be meeting somebody unless bought 2 beers right away, because I don't think that's the thing. So, it's Lincoln, man. Give that beer to anybody you can sit next to him. Luke takes outside again. Now he's calling the person. He said, oh, no, I'm coming tomorrow. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I have 2 beers then. So he ends up winning anyway. Mancy takes outside again, 3-2. Luke takes ball 4. So a good at bat by Luke Mancy. He gets the base on balls. The third issued by Kyle Jimenez. And now Cole Dillon, who popped to shortstop his first time up, is the hitter. Cole out in left field for the Potters today. Hails from Rockwall, Texas. Couple hits last night for Cole. He's 307 coming in. Mancy leads at first, and the pitch is outside. Riley Pimentel behind the plate for the West Coast Kings, making the snag on that one, keeping it from going back to the backstop. Oh, the guy's not there anymore, so he must have found somewhere to go. Maybe we can go find our lineup sheet. Popped up left side. Chasing it down is Johnston into foul territory, and he's not going to get it. It's on the grassy knoll. So 1-1 now on Cole Dillon. One ball, one strike. Checking the runner at first. That's Luke Mancy. Outside, that bounces off at Pimentel, and that will be a wild pitch and allow Luke to go down to second base. Nothing Riley could do on that one. He got out in front of it and knocked it down with the chest, but it rolled away to the right side, and Luke advances to the nearest base where he is currently residing. Trip Garish will follow Cole Dillon here for the Potters in the fourth. Fastball misses. 3-1. Chopper to third. Johnston coming in, has it on the big hop, looks the runner back, guns to first. Did he get him? Yes, he did. Half step at first base. Dillon is out. Good play by Colin Johnston over at third, who's made a couple of them. 2 outs here in the inning, and staying at second was Luke Mancy. And here's Trip Garish, who struck out looking at a pitch that many felt was outside. Many in the company here felt was outside, including Riley, the engineer. But that has no matter. I mean, that doesn't matter. You can rail against the machine all you want. Check swing, that one is in there for a strike, 0-1. That one's fouled back to the screen, and the 4 or 5 little leaguers who were standing behind the screen went, oh, wait a minute, it comes back kind of fast. Yeah, that. 3 of them want to leave. The other 2 say, no, we got to stay here. T. Dane and G. Dane are the ones that are kind of like running the show there. Outside for a ball. 1-2. Looks like Caleb Anderson throwing for the Potters down in their bullpen. I would look on the lineup sheet for information, but fortunately it's not here. There's strike 3. Pass Trip Garish on the outside corner. So good inning again for Jimenez. We go to the top of the 5th. Potters 1, Kings 1.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Top of the fifth brings a new pitcher for the Potters. It's the right-hander Caleb Anderson out of Menifee, California, and Fresno State University. He will face Pimentel, Castillo, and Taylor, 8-9-1. So Isaiah Williams went 4 innings, didn't give up a hit, 1 run. It was earned. Walk 4, struck out 7. So here's Anderson. It's the Farmers' 5th inning, which means if they get Pimentel out, then it's half off Farmers Brewing Company. And a pop-up out into center field. Cole Eaton has the drinker's fate in his hands as he reaches up and makes the catch. And there you go, Farmer's 5th. That means half-price beer. And then that's the first batter of the inning, and it's till the end of the inning, so that extends it about as far as it can go. We'll bring up Frankie Castillo, who struck out back in the 3rd inning. He is out of Monterey Peninsula College and Kennedy High School. Left-handed hitting left fielder. Anderson's fastball is in there for a strike. So from big left-hander Isaiah Williams to big right-hander Caleb Anderson. Caleb not quite as big as Isaiah, just 6'5". That is outside, 1-1. Chase Taylor, the leadoff man on deck for the West Coast Kings. Gold squad. That's chopped foul. 1-2. 105 tomorrow. The San Francisco Seals, old foe of the Potters. In fact, they were the opposition in the first game that Stones and I ever did on Stones Radio Networks. Eli Garcia was the winning pitcher for the Potters back in 2018, I think. And missed some time part slowly. That's strike 3. I didn't need to have him ring him up on that one. That one even I could see, Riley the engineer. So it's 2 outs quickly. And here's Chase Taylor. So the Seals will be in tomorrow 105. Then a day off on Monday. Then a 2-game series, Tuesday and Wednesday this week, is the Fresno Athletics for a day off on Thursday. Then the Honors, Berkovich Honors, comes in for 2 Friday and Saturday. So that's what their week looks like. Get your tickets, LincolnPotters.com. Fresno A's, I saw on Twitter that they had beaten the Humboldt Crabs for the first time in their organization's history. So they're on an upswing. They're excited coming to town. Ball 2. So Chase Taylor struck out in the first, walked in the 3rd. The center fielder. Left-handed hitter against Caleb Anderson, the second Potters pitcher. Swung on and missed. 2-1. Misses the outside corner, 3-1. Can't help but think what the medieval battling knights would look like in front of a capacity fireworks crowd. Riley the engineer. I think this place would go nuts because you're watching those guys and you say, okay, they're smacking each other with all the implements and everything, and it's kind of brutal outside for the ball. And, they hit him in the head, and they're like, that's pretty bad. Yeah, they didn't have CTE back in the Middle Ages, so it didn't really matter. But then all of a sudden, some guy will just go crazy. And like the guy yesterday, there was a huge guy that was hiding in the dugout. He comes out of the dugout at a full sprint with this big long stick with an axe head on the end and just starts wailing on people that weren't even looking at him. I guess, there's no rules in medieval fighting, but wow. Where's the chivalry? Where's the honor, So Taylor's down at first base, and the shortstop, Pulasic, is the hitter. Hit one out to right field against Isaiah Williams back in the 3rd inning that had Trip Garish almost up against the fence to make the catch. Daniel struck out in the first, so he's over 2. There goes the runner. The pitch is a strike. The throw to second base is nice play out there at shortstop by Oster. Caught the short hop, slapped the tag down on Taylor, and he's out. So Sean White guns it. Oster catches it. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. We're tied at 1.
This job is the Esplanade at Turkey Creek phases 4 and 5. Our scope of work for this project is full scope, so we've got all the underground, all the joint trench, and all the topside included with it.
We're putting in sewer pipe, manholes. We're not doing services yet. We go through and do all the main line, and then we come back and do all the services after that. I would say this project right here, the one we're working on, is probably about a 2-month project. It's very costly to the developer, so beating the schedule is very important, more important than most projects. It's got a lot of groundwater, so we've got an extensive groundwater pump system in place. It's just cool to be a part of the built environment and know that for the next 100 years that people are going to use and enjoy what we've created here today.
Bottom of the 5th inning, we're all tied at 1. Looks like a new battery in the game for the West Coast Kings. Jacob Poole, number 4, is now on the mound, and behind the plate, it looks like number 27, that is Ryan Cartwright, is taken over for Riley Pimentel. So Jimenez went 4 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned. He walked 3, struck out 4. So pretty impressive 4 innings for Kyle Jimenez out there for the West Coast Kings, and Jacob Poole will take over for him. His first opponent will be T.J. Oster, who made a nice catch at second of the throw by Sean White to go ahead and retire the side in the top of the 5th. T.J. out of Phoenix, Arizona. Swings and fouls the first one. Jacob Poole out of Alhambra High School. Outside for a ball. Oster, Freethy, and Eaton here in the bottom of the 5th. Slices it foul to the right side. 1-2 on TJ. Struck out back in the 3rd inning. Got a couple of canines down in the behind home plate area. Some familiar faces. Canine wise, swing and a miss. The tag is made, and Oster's out on strikes. He is 0 for 2, and J.R. Freethy comes to the plate. J.R. lined to third in the first, then tripled in the 3rd, and scored on the ground out by Cole Eaton. So he is up here with the count. A score of 1-1 and 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. JR from Rockland, California. Takes that fastball outside. High for a ball. JR takes a nice breaking ball in there for a strike. 2-1 on Freethy out of Nevada Reno. Cole Eaton to follow. JR takes high and outside, 3-1. Came in 4 for 13, so now 5 for 15, 333. Has scored 7 runs already for the Potters. On-base percentage is well over 400. Takes the breaking ball. That's called strike 2 on the inside corner. That's a foul. Back to the screen. Both bullpens quiet as we've got the second pitchers for each team, Jacob Poole and Caleb Anderson. Both starters went 4 innings. Both starters were impressive. 4 strikeouts for Jimenez and 7 for Isaiah Williams. The chopper over the pitcher's mound going to the right is Reynolds. He's got it. He throws to first, and it's not going to be in time. Freethy beats it out, his second hit of the game. The third hit for the Lincoln Potters, first off of Poole, and that'll bring up Cole Eaton, who was popped to short and grounded to second. That ground out, an RBI ground out back in the 3rd inning, giving him 8 runs batted in on the summer.
Now batting for your Potters from the University of Tennessee, center fielder
Out of the University of Tennessee, Cole out in center field for the Potters. He's pretty much been a mainstay out there since he came to the squad. See if JR is taken off at first base. Not yet. Swinging a miss on a good breaking ball by Jacob Poole. So Cartwright is now behind the plate. Good lead by Freethy at first. He's going already, and the pitch is lined. Is he going to get over short? No, it's not. Palasic has it. He's going to go all the way back to first on a hop and double him off. So that's your inning. It's a double play from Palasic over to first base Goldenberg. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left. We go to the 6th inning. We are still tied at 1.
I'm Bill Spear, North Valley president of 5 Star Bank. In a time when business can feel so uncertain, we're here for you every step of the way.
I know they have a lot of bells and whistles within their bank, but just the relationship piece here locally on the business side is huge for us.
5 Star treats us like we're number 1. They're right there with suggestions, with help. So I have to bank with people that have our mission in mind.
We're 5 Star Bank. How can we help you?
Well, I walk into the room, passing out $100 bills, and it kills and it thrills like the horns on my Silverado grill. And I buy the bar
Caleb Anderson comes out for the top of the 6th inning. He'll face Daniel Palasic and then Colin Johnston and Zachary Goldenberg. The first 3 hitters for the Kings, 2, 3, and 4 in the West Coast Kings lineup. As Piper has the dance contest rocking. Good crowd down there. Playing the hot dog song or something, not familiar. I tell you, Morris Day and the Time really got the crowd running that time. I don't know why we just don't do that every time. And then he throws Baby Shark in there one time and pretty much blows the place up. It's going to be tough to get a winner in this one, but Piper seems to have a favorite. There you go. And she is, I'm going to say 4 years old, and it won her first dance contest. That may start her off on a dancing career, so you think you can dance, Dancing with the Stars, etc., etc., etc. So here is Daniel Palasic, who was at the plate when Taylor was thrown out trying to steal in the top of the 5th. Daniel with a strikeout in the first, and he hit a deep fly ball to right in the 3rd, so he is 0 for 2 in this one. Anderson's fastball misses the outside corner. Caleb came on in the 5th inning, gave up a walk to Chase Taylor, but he was retired on the caught stealing. Hit out sharply to second base, scooped up out there by Luke Mancy, over to first, and they got Palasic at first for the out. So 1 out here in the 6th, and Colin Johnston, who is popped to first and flied to right. Made some good defensive plays at third base, but 0 for 2 at the plate. Out of Granada High School, steps in, right-handed hitter, against Anderson, who is from Fresno State University. I believe they're Bulldogs. I hope they're Bulldogs. Swing and a miss. Good fastball by Anderson at 88. 0-1. That one misses outside, goes back to the backstop. 1 ball, 1 strike. I think that was Ken Blankenship. No, that was Nolan Thebe coming out to try to retrieve that ball. The umpire says, I will take care of it, Nolan. It is on me, brother. Hit high in the air. Shortstop is calling for it. That's Oster. He will make the catch. So Johnson pops out to TJ at shortstop. That's 2 outs here in the 6th, and that's Zachary Goldenberg's turn. He is struck out and grounded to shortstop. Foul ball out of play by Goldenberg. Oh. So Herberger is on. Willie, I thought you were saying hamburger. They got Herberger and a hamburger. So Nathan Herberger is the pinch hitter. Pops it up. And look out, everybody look out. The catcher, the umpire. Nice play behind the plate by Sean White. So whoever it was, Willie, he popped out to the catcher. 1, 2, 3 for the Kings in the top of the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 1-1, Kings and Potters.
Hi, Bill Evans, President of the Placer County Association of Realtors. We're in the store, our conference facilities, an amazing team helps keep together an amazing organization. And we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PCAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time, felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
Middle of the 6th inning, we have got bat spinning going on, and one guy looks like he just came from the dead concert, and he's hit the ground. The other guy is paralyzed. The Grateful Dead guy is there. He's going to win it. Well done. And the other guy who is paralyzed comes in second. Bravo, another great job by our on-field event coordinator, in this case Ava, in picking fantastic participants. I tell you, that's the best game they pick the participants for. The highest quality is always the spinning bat people. And it's a great job out there by the staff, and it's a great job by the participants. And I hope that one guy is okay, although from looking at him, I think he's had worse. That's all I'm going to say about that. Bottom of the 6th inning, Jacob Poole back for his second inning work for the West Coast Kings. He'll face Hudson Brown, Andrew Sloan, and Sean White. 3, 4, and 5 for the Potters. I am going to assume that Nathan Herberger took over for Nate Hamburger in right field. I'm going to assume that. Swing and a miss by Brown. Hudson has walked and singled, so he is 1 for 1 tonight. 8 for 24 on the season, 333 with 5 runs batted in. Fouls that one back to the screen and the front row people getting the really the downside of the front row life, wouldn't you, kids? That one came right back at them. That is inside for a ball. It's like Cade Parker out on deck. There's a line drive into center field. Coming on is Taylor, still coming on, and he makes the catch on the run for the first out. So Hamburger is still in right. Goldenberg was hit for, so Herberger will take over at first base. So here's Cade Parker. Parker hitting for Sloan in the DH spot. Andrew was 0 for 1. Parker, the big hero last night with the grand slam home run as the Potters came from 6 down to beat the Menlo Legacy 13-8. Cade also was hit by a pitch, so it's good to see he's back out here. Although I think he did the post-game interview, so I think he was okay pretty quickly, just a precaution. Takes that one outside. Cade out of Panama City Beach, Florida, and Georgia Southern University, just like Sean White, who follows him in the order. That one's hit well to left field. Going back, the Kings are looking up, and they're going to keep on looking, and that is a foul ball. Umpire really harsh by Mello there. Because, man, that ball was crushed to left field. But Cade couldn't keep fair. Last night he almost lost that one. It was foul too, but he kept it inside the lines. Today he didn't do so. But just do it again, Cade. I mean, you're on a kind of a roll now. 1-1. His grand slam was the centerpiece of a 7-run fifth inning for the Potters in that one last night. Cade lines that one into left field for a base hit. So he's kind of in a groove right now as he rounds first. Just the 4th Potter hit in the game, and that'll bring up Sean White. Sean is struck out and grounded to third. Also from Georgia Southern University, but also out of Niceville, Florida, Mr. Sean White. Luke Mancy moves into the on-deck circle. Parker a threat to steal if he's feeling up to it. Gets a short lead, though. He does go. The throw to second is going to be in time, but gets through the second baseman, and it's well backed up by Pulasic at short. And it'll be a stolen base for Cade Parker. Reynolds trying to get over there. It was a pretty good throw from Ryan Cartwright behind the plate, but didn't find anybody on the other end, and Parker is safe. And he is the potential go-ahead run, is now in scoring position. Pitch was called a strike on Sean White. That one's in the dirt, gets away a little bit, and there goes Parker to third, and he will get there easily. And he got there easily and then fell down. And that would be fun, except for this is a guy who just got hit in the head yesterday, so you want to make sure he's okay. But that's happened to all of us. He's over there going, hey, come on, it's happened to everybody. You get to third, you fall down. Come on. Kings with the infield in at the corners, but still back at second and short in the bottom of the 6th. Sean White fouls off a breaking ball, and it's now 1-2 on Sean. One out here in the inning. Parker with the pinch hit single, steals second, goes to third on the wild pitch, and he's 90 feet away from a Potter lead in this one. There's a line drive that is into right field. That's going to play the go-ahead run. Sean White served that one into right. It took a minute there for Jaden Reynolds. Almost got to it, but he couldn't get there. And White has his 4th run batted in of the season. And Parker scores the go-ahead run. 5th hit for the Potters. They lead it 2-1 now, and here's Luke Mancy. Potters with some activity down in their bullpen, and it looks like the Kings are going to get a couple of guys up as well. Ball wasn't hit hard. It was just perfectly placed, and we got a meeting at the mound here with the West Coast Kings. We'll take a little break. We are in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Potters have taken the lead. They're on top, 2-1.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Here in Michigan, we do more than just survive the winter. We thrive during it. You simply can't keep us away from what we love most: great times and amazing beer. The snow transforms the landscape and lays the path for adventures yet to be had. Trails ready to be explored, and freshly groomed hills ready for the first run of the day. And
Meeting at the mound is finally over, and staying out there is Jacob Poole. Mancy is grounded to second and walked, so Luke is 0 for 1 in this one. He takes down low for a ball, 1-0. He's followed by Cole Dillon in the 7th spot for the Potters. Tyler Robertson has got the team out to his 10-1 start. That's high to Luke at the University of New Mexico. 2 balls and no strikes. Came in at 323, Luke Mancy. Very pleasant night out here. Breaking ball gets away, and going to second base is White. That'll be a pass ball on Cartwright. As it looked like it might have been good enough to be called a strike, but once the ball went through the catcher, the umpire said, no, that's a ball. So 3 balls and no strikes. I really think he cost his pitcher a strike on that one. .30 pitch is high, and Manson takes the base on balls. His second of the night. He's at first. Sean White is at second. A run is in for the Potters, and here is Cole Dillon, who has popped to short and grounded to third.
Now batting for the Potters from Rockwall, Texas, left fielder Cole Dillon.
So Dillon settles in. He's got 2 runners on. He's got 1 out, 1 in for the Potters in the 6th. Cole out of Rockwall, Texas. Poole delivers right down the middle. 82 miles an hour from Jacob Poole. He's ahead in the count. No balls and 1 strike. Check swing, he went too far. It's 0-2. Both teams scored a single run in the 3rd, and the Potters had put a run up here in the bottom of the 6th to take the 2-1 lead. 0-2 though, quickly on Cole Dillon. That one's chopped out toward shortstop. Not hit very hard. Pulasic is going to go to second, and he just barely does it in time. I think he was just going to go to first, and he saw Dillon getting down the line quickly, so he chose to go the short way, and he got Mancy at second for the second out. Moving to third is Sean White. Dillon now at first base with the fielder's choice, and here's Tripp Garish. Couple strikeouts for Tripp in this one, 1 swinging, 1 looking. They were both against Kyle Jimenez. This is his first time up here against Jacob Poole, who came on in the top of the 5th, or bottom of the 5th for the West Coast Kings. Gold squad. Left-handed hitter out of Belmont, California, and the Air Force Academy takes inside. Perry Kyles was up for the Potters in their bullpen. The Kings have people up, but nobody throwing right now. Fastball, did it catch the inside corner? It did not. 2-0. White coming down the line from third. There goes the runner at first, and it is in there for a strike, and going standing up is Cole Dillon. So now it's second and third for the Potters. A base hit could conceivably put them up 4-1 here. It could happen. Outfield straight away for Tripp Garish. He takes inside again. So he's ahead in the count 3-1. He's got TJ Oster, the number 9 hitter, on deck. TJ with a couple of strikeouts. So he and Garish both with a couple of strikeouts tonight. Looking to get off the snide. The 3-1 pitch is a breaking ball and misses, and Garish takes the base on balls. That loads him up for TJ. Right-handed hitting shortstop. Came in at 250 for the Potters with a pair of runs batted in. Up here with the bases loaded. He is the 7th batter of the inning. J.R. Freethy, the top of the order, on deck. It's all about TJ. out of Phoenix, Arizona. Breaking ball, call strike on the inside corner. 0-1. Kids are back behind the screen. I just hope one doesn't come back quickly at him, because that's a rude awakening, Riley the engineer. As you know, sir. That's a line drive over the second baseman's head. It's in the right field for a base hit. 1 run scores. The second one will score easily. The throw will go to third. Not in time. It's a 2-run single for T.J. Oster, and the Potters lead this one 4-1. White scored easily, of course. Then Dillon comes around and scores. Garish takes it all the way over to third on the throw. Alertly, T.J. goes to second base. Potters with their third hit of the inning. They've now scored 3 times, and they lead at 4-1. And here is J.R. Freethy. J.R. lined out to third in the first. He had a triple and then scored in the third, and he singled in the fifth. So 2 for 3 for J.R. out at third for the Potters in this one. He's got runners at second and third, and he takes a ball. Perfect placement by TJ in the right center field. With 2 outs, everybody's moving. Dillon scored easily. High fly ball, right field, going back is Hertzberger at the fence, reaches up and makes the catch. JR maybe about 5 to 10 feet away from really getting this crowd going, but the Potters do score 3 times from the 6th. We go to the 7th. They're on top, 4-1.
Being a laborer means everything. It was what took care of me when I was growing up. It's what takes care of me now. Because of President Biden and the money he's put into infrastructure, the need for our workforce to expand is out of this world. When our members are able to go to work on these big projects that are funded by Biden's economic investments, it means continued growth in their wages, in their pensions, in their health benefits. It means they're going to be able to take care of their families.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street, only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
Old man knocked on my front door with my teenage boy and a couple more from up the road. He had him by the collar, said he...
Top of the 7th inning. Potters lead this one 4-1 after the T.J. Oster 2-run single in the 3-run bottom of the 6th. Perry Kiles is the new pitcher. Wearing number 24. Perry is out of Ethel, Louisiana, and Southern University. The right-hander comes on here. He will face Nate Hamburger, Nick Seamers, and Jaden Reynolds in the top of the 7th. Throw goes down to second base from Sean White, and we are ready to go here in the top of the 7th inning. So Nate Hamburger, who I had leaving the game, but unfortunately he's still in the game. Nathan Herberger came in the game, took over for Zachary Goldenberg, and is over at first base now. Well, not now because their team is up. So that's what happened. Nate is grounded out and walked. Kyle's fastball is just a little outside. So it's 1-0 on Hamburger, who's out of Willamette University. 2-0. Umpire and Sean White having a little trouble getting new baseball back and forth. It's been dropped a couple of times. That one's chopped down to third. Backhand, beautiful play by Freethy across the diamond and scooped up at first by Brown. What a play on both ends right there. JR did a do or die backhand scoop, gunned it across the diamond on a hop, and Hudson Brown scoops it out. And Hamburger is retired on an excellent play by the Potters collectively. And here's Nick Seamers. He has walked, he has struck out. He is the DH from Delta College. Right down the middle, right on the 90-mile-an-hour mark. A lot of good fans by your definition, Riley, in the park tonight. They're here for the fireworks in the game, but they're handling their concessions very well, carrying back 2 items, 1 in each hand, each time they go, which Riley thinks is the efficient way to do things. Check swing, and it's a little high. 2-1. JT Cox is out on deck to bat for Jaden Reynolds, which means he will take over the goat batter situation, or the dueling dogs batter, as it were. That's in the dirt. 3-1. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Fastball catches the outside corner. 3 balls and 2 strikes. From the windup, Perry Kyle misses outside. Seamers walks for the 2nd time tonight. He'll be at first base with 1 out, and the pinch hitter JT Cox at the plate. He's now the dueling dogs batter. It's a lot of pressure for a young guy. Short lead by Seamers. First pitch is swung on and missed. Looks like JT is from Linden High School. So he is up here, no balls and 1 strike. He's got Seamers at first base and 1 out. Check swing, I think he went ump. What do you think? Ump says, nope, I'm not thirsty. 1 ball and 1 strike. Over to first base, almost a little too high, but Hudson Brown comes in at 6'5", so he made the play. Seamers with a short lead over there is the 1-1 on the way from Kyle's. It is ball 2. Gets away, but it's out in front of Sean White. So JT Cox batting for Jaden Reynolds, who struck out twice. He was 0 for 2. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Might get the old triple play, dueling dogs batter. You don't usually do that. I mean, 3 times in 7 innings. And tonight, if he were to get up again, you know, because there's fireworks, so there's no limit on it. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself there, Riley the engineer. I don't want to do that. 2-2 to JT. Throw again over to first base as Seamers is not off by, I'm going to say 3 feet. Let's see. Let's gauge it. Okay, so that's 3. I'll say 5 feet. 2-2 pitch coming up. Call strike 3. Dueling Dogs is hitting it tonight. That's 3 strikeouts by the Dueling Dogs batter. Props to Willie Preston for picking the right guy to be the Dueling Dogs batter tonight. Willie does that on his own most nights and did a great job tonight, and that'll bring up, let's see who this does bring up. It's Ryan Cartwright. So Cartwright, who came on for Pimentel behind the plate, taking over at the plate as well. Riley was 0 for 1 with a walk. So 1 ball and no strikes on Cartwright. There goes the runner. Pitches a strike. Down the second just a little bit too late. In at second base is Nick Seamers. So Perry was right to kind of keep an eye on him as Seamers took off. The pitch was called a ball, so it's 2-0. Let's see. Riley seems to think it was 1-1. Okay, so 1-1 is what it is. Breaking ball on the corner for a strike. Seamers out at second base. 2 outs here in the 7th. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, it doesn't matter how much you say it was 1-1. It was 2-0. Okay? No, I'm not listening. Talk to the hand. 2-2 pitches popped up, but I think it's going to get out of play. Sean White said, I caught the other one. I'll catch this one. And he kind of faked those kids out who thought it was coming down right on top of him, and it wasn't. Frankie Castillo is slated next. Do it again at 2-2. I think that's Liam O'Connor. That's too high, so it's 3-2. Seamer's still out at second base. 2 outs, 3-2 pitch coming up. Line drive right at shortstop on a hop. It's going to be a tough play. Deep shortstop gets him at first. Fine throw. TJ Oster. And the Potters get out of it here in the top of the 7th. We go to the bottom of the inning. The Potters on top 4-1. Bottom of the 7th inning here from McBean Stadium. Logan Robinson is the new pitcher for the West Coast Kings. O'Poole was in there 2 innings, gave up 4 hits and 3 runs. Walked 2, struck out 1.
Through the rest of this inning, and then of course, maybe we have another chance for one more dog batter. We'll find out.
So he will face 2, 3, and 4. Cole Eaton, Hudson Brown, and Cade Parker. As the last inning ended with a long fly ball from J.R. Freethy, which was caught by Nate Hamburger right at the fence in right center field. So it'll be Cole Eaton starting us off against Logan Robinson, big tall right-hander. for the West Coast Kings. Their first pitcher was Clemente. He went 4 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 3 walks and 4 strikeouts. He left with the game tied at 1. Potters got 3 in the bottom of the 6th against Poole. They now lead at 4-1, and the umpire says, this game's going a little too smoothly. I think I'll walk down the third base line and chat with the West Coast Kings. And point to the pitcher and question the legality of the pitcher, I suppose. Maybe it's not on the roster that they gave the umpire, because we had a roster that didn't have him on it. But then we also had a handwritten roster from the coach's wife that was sent to us that did have Logan Robinson at the bottom. So we say that's good enough, and it should count. If there's some rule against it, then I think we should overlook it in the spirit of fair play and just go on with our lives. So here's Cole. He's popped to short. He's at an RBI ground out, and he's lined into a double play. So he is 0 for 3 with an RBI, his 8th of the summer. Fastball from Robinson is swung on and missed. Goes back to the screen. We might have got a little piece of it. There's Nolan Thebe dashing out of the dugout area with no hat on. His locks all over the place, golden locks. Swing and miss, another fastball. About 85 miles an hour from the newcomer, Logan Robinson. I would look him up on my, what we call the internet, but there's probably a million Logan Robinsons. How do you know you get the right one? He's a very tall pitcher. Looks kind of young to me, probably just out of high school. He is ahead in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Cole Eaton, who hails from Elkhorn, Nebraska, and chops that one foul down the third base line. I've been saying Mike Levine for the third base coach. I guess it's Mike Lavinier. I mean, you're supposed to say it the right. Lavinier. Not Lavanier, no. Lavinier. Hello, Michael Lavinier. Huh? Breaking ball is fouled off. Bonjour, Mike. Mike was on the emergency roster of participants in this one if he was needed by Tyler Robertson. That is high for a ball. 3-2. Hudson Brown on deck. And then Cade Parker. Breaking ball swung on and missed, so Robinson gets a strikeout, hit first batter he faces, and that will bring up Hudson Brown, who was walked, singled, and flied to center. Willie reminds me that Hudson hails from Olive Branch, Mississippi, and the University of Kentucky. Hitting .320 for the Potters. Fouls that one off to the left. We do have some more activity in the West Coast Kings pen. I think Potters have been warming up people too. Yeah, a big right-hander down there. That's inside with an off-speed pitch. Took about 10 miles an hour off that one, but missed the inside corner. So it's 1-1 on Hudson. Takes a fastball too high. 2-1. Declan Casey warming up. Swinging a miss off-speed pitch. Number 21, who is on our roster, so we didn't have to look at the handwritten roster, although Riley, the engineer, has taken time to transcribe all the ones on the handwritten to the real roster. Swinging a miss again. So Brown is down on strikes. 2 quick strikeouts for Logan Robinson, and he will now face Cade Parker, who came on as a pinch hitter for Andrew Sloan in the 6th and singled and later scored. So here's Cade out of Panama City, Florida, and Georgia Southern. Look out, he's hit by a pitch in the back, which is not what he needed after being hit yesterday by a pitch. And Sean White will get a chance here in the bottom of the 7th.
Now batting for the Butters, our catcher from Peachtree City, Georgia, Sean White.
So White, listed as from Niceville, Florida, and Georgia Southern University, has struck out, grounded to third, and singled in a run back in the 6th inning. Looks like Eric Vassar, the right-hander, is loosening up for the Potters. That's lined into left center field. That's a clean base hit. Coming around second is Parker. He's going to go to third. It's scooped up by Taylor in center. There goes White into second. He slides. He is safe at second base. Looks like they had him dead to rights, but Sean White somehow did a stand-up slide. You usually hear pop-up. I think he just did a standing slide like a surfing move, and he's in there with a double. Parker goes to third. White gets his second hit of the game. Just the 7th hit for the Potters, and here's Luke Mancy, and he's in a position with runners at second and third. The Potters with 2 straight strikeouts here in the 7th, and all of a sudden a hit, batter, and a double. Sean White said, I like this base hit thing. I think I'll try the left side of the field, and it worked out even better for him, and he was not stopping. He was going. The throw looked like it got in there in time, but somehow he avoided the tag. And here's Luke, who's grounded to second and walked twice. So Robinson in a spot of trouble here. His first pitch is in there for a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Luke out of the University of New Mexico, home of some great Potter legends. Justin Olson, as Ryan Stevens pointed out. Jeffrey David, Chase Weisenborn. That one's outside, evens the count up at 1-1. Cole Dillon follows Luke in the order. So he is in the on-deck circle as Vassar continues to work in the Potter's pen. That's chopped down to first base. Nice play at first. He's going to get the pitcher covering and make the play. Usually you don't see a lot of guys throw it overhand to the pitcher covering, but it worked out for the Kings. Potters don't score. We go to the top of the 8th. They're ahead 4-1.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Top of the 8th, Potters lead at 4-1. The new pitcher is Eric Vassar out of Carmichael, California, William Jessup University. He'll be the 4th Potters pitcher. Isaiah Williams started, went 4 innings, gave up 1 run, walked 4, struck out 7. Then Caleb Anderson, 2 innings, walked 1, struck out 1. Then Perry Kiles, just a single inning. He walked one, he struck out one, and now Eric Vassar, who last time out for the Potters, I think hit 97 miles an hour. His first warm-up toss was clocked at 95, so Eric is going to face the bottom of the order. That is going to be, I think, a pinch hitter. I think it's Liam O'Connor. So O'Connor takes over in the 8th inning from Frankie Castillo. So it'll be O'Connor and then Chase Taylor and Daniel Pulasic for the West Coast Kings.
Leading off the Kings, number 8, Liam O'Connor.
Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's at 95 from Eric Vassar. Working from the stretch. Popped up right side. Hudson Brown's going to chase it, but it's out of play. So quickly 0-2 on Liam O'Connor, the pinch hitter, here in the top of the 8th inning. Kings had some activity in their bullpen. That's a line drive to left field, and that is a base hit, and that is the first hit for the West Coast Kings in this ball game. Potters pitchers go through 7 innings before the pinch hit single by O'Connor. He's down at first base, and that'll bring up Chase Taylor. Taylor takes high. Taylor has struck out and walked twice for the West Coast Kings, who with their first hit of the game, leading off the top of the 8th inning here. Misses outside, so it's 2-0. That one's right down the middle. Took something off that one at 93, so it's 2-1 on Chase Taylor. That sails outside, 3-1.
Right, let's hear those cowbells blown again.
Good crowd out here waiting for some fireworks, but trying to get this one in the win column first. That one's fouled back by Chase Taylor, so he had a good cut at the 3-1 pitch. Just couldn't turn it around. 3 balls and 2 strikes. See if O'Connor's going to take off at first base on the 3-2 pitch. Has a very short lead. He does not. Fastball misses outside. So first 2 runners on here in the 8th inning for the West Coast Kings. They are just down 4-1. Here's Daniel Pulasic, who has struck out, fly deep to right, and grounded to second. So the shortstop is 0 for 3 in this one out of Alhambra High School. First pitch misses somewhere, so it's 1 ball and no strikes. West Coast Kings, so we need a first base coach. We got a guy in first base, we need a first base coach. So they send out a representative. That's lifted into left center field, giving Chase Potters. It's down. It's going to go all the way to the fence. Here comes 1 run scoring. Here comes the second one. The throw to the plate is going to be too late. It's a 2-run double, and suddenly it's a 4-3 ball game in favor of the Potters. Pulasic drives in 2 with the double. Taylor scores, and ahead of him, Liam O'Connor scores. So 2 hits and a walk, and it's a 4-3 ball game, and here's Colin Johnston. That tying run is out at second base. Johnson has popped to first, flied to right, and popped to short, so he is 0 for 3. Takes a breaking ball in the dirt. 1-0. Now we're going to have a meeting at the mound here as Sean White's going to go out and talk to Eric Vassar, maybe settle him down a little bit. A pinch hit single by Liam O'Connor started the inning, and a walk to Chase Taylor. Plastic came in and doubled to left center field all the way to the wall. Taylor running all the way, scored pretty easily, and pulling up at second base, Plastic. So White is done with the chat with Eric Vassar, and he is coming back behind the plate. Still nobody out here in the 8th inning. That's in the dirt again. So it's 2-0. Good block by Sean White. Potter's warming up a right-hander down in their bullpen. Kings, no action in theirs. Chopper foul. Looks like Preston Brook is the pitcher warming up down the pen, number 30 for the Potters. That one's hit sharply out towards shortstop. Oster's going to have to hurry. Guns it. What an arm by TJ, and he gets him at first base. Freethy tried to cut that one off, couldn't get to it. TJ had to kind of reset, but what a play he made at shortstop, robbing Johnson of a base hit. The runner had to stay at second base with the ball ahead of him. And with one out, here is Herberger. Nathan came on to bat for Goldenberg back in the 6th inning, popped out to the catcher, so he is 0 for 1. Fastball is in there for a strike on the inside corner at 92. So it's 0-1 on Herberger. That's in the dirt with an off-speed pitch, so it's 1-1. Nate Hamburger to follow, so it's Herberger, then Hamburger for the West Coast Kings. Fastball's in there for a strike. Looks like we got a pinch hitter on deck, actually. Dean Lopez, number 12. That's courtesy of Willie Preston, so it's got to be solid information. Breaking ball. A little bit inside, a little bit high, so it's 2-2 on Herberger. Fastball misses inside, 3-2. Fastball misses outside, ball 4. Second walk of the inning, and that will bring up the pinch hitter, Dean Lopez. Lopez hitting for Nate Hamburger, who was 0 for 2 with a walk while he was in there. Lopez has runners at first and second with just one out here in the 8th inning. Fastball in there for a strike. Nick Seamers is scheduled next, the DH. There goes the runner at second. Throw to third is going to be too late. And stealing on the back end is Herberger. So now runners at second and third for the West Coast Kings. Pitch was called a ball, so it's 1-1. White got it down to third as quickly as he could, but a really good jump there by Pulasic, and he is safe at third base. And now the tying run 90 feet away. 1-1 to Lopez. Nice backhand by Sean White, and the tying run would have been in. It's 2-1. Riley, there's one of your favorite fans, surrounded by your non-favorite fans. So her example was not a model for the rest of her group. Fastball on the inside corner for a strike. She's carrying two, one in each hand, but the other members of the group, just one. Sometimes you can have a good role model and still not pay attention. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the pinch hitter, Dean Lopez. We are in the top of the 8th inning. And the Potters have a 1-run lead at 4-3 after the Pulaski 2-run double. Fastball misses, 3-2. Full count to Lopez. 2 hits and 2 walks in the inning for the Kings. He fouls that one, spoils it. That's a good play. Good move there by Dean Lopez. That fastball could have been a strike, maybe a ball, we don't know, but he got the bat to it at the last possible second and spoiled it. So he'll make Vassar throw another strike to him. 3 balls and 2 strikes. That's in the dirt, ball 4. So that loads him up with 1 out. And Nick Seamer's the hitter, the designated hitter out of Delta College. And we're going to have a meeting at the mound. We'll step away, bases loaded, top of the 8th. Potters still at top by 1.
This job is the Esplanade at Turkey Creek phases 4 and 5. Our scope of work for this project is full scope, so we've got all the underground, all the joint trench, and all the topside included with it. We're putting in sewer pipe, manholes. We're not doing services yet. We go through and do all the main line, and then we come back and do all the services after that. I would say this project right here, the one we're working on, is probably about a 2-month project. It's very costly to the developer, so beating the schedule is very important, more important than most projects. It's got a lot of groundwater, so we've got an extensive groundwater pump system in place. It's just cool to be a part of the built environment and know that for the next 100 years that people are going to use and enjoy what we've created here today.
Preston Brook is the new pitcher for the Potters. He last pitched on the 4th of June against the other West Coast team, the West Coast Black Squad. He went 1 inning, gave up 1 hit, struck out 2, walked 1. He's here with the bases loaded against Seamers. The first pitch is in there for a strike. 86 for Preston Brook. He is out of William Jessup University and Sparks, Nevada. Comes in a tough situation here. Breaking ball swung on and missed. J.T. Cox is on deck. (0-2) to Seamers. Tries the slider again, but it's outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Plastic at third. At second, it's Herberger. At first is Lopez. 1 out here in the 8th. Outside for a ball. Looks like that might be Elijah Scott on deck. 2-2. Outside. So he got ahead quickly, but now it is a full count. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. So 2 outs. So it will be a pinch hitter, Elijah Scott. So Scott will bat for J.T. Cox, who batted for Jaden Reynolds. He takes a fastball right down the middle. Oh, and 1. Bases loaded, 2 outs here in the 8th. Misses outside. Brook is the 5th pitcher. Williams started, went 4, then Anderson 2, Kyles 1, Vassar a 3rd, and now Brook coming on to try to save the Potters. They are ahead by 1 here. We're in the 8th inning. 1-1 coming up. Fastball in there for a strike, 1-2. Potter fans getting into it here as it's obviously a huge batter in this ball game, and they want the game to be over so the Potters can win and they can see fireworks. And who can blame them? Breaking ball popped up. Hudson Brown is calling for it in foul territory, and he'll make the catch, and Preston Brook comes on and gets the 2 outs he needed. 2 runs, though, do score for the Kings. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Potters 4, Kings 3.
I'm Bill Spear, North Valley president of 5 Star Bank. In a time when business can feel so uncertain, we're here for you every step of the way.
I know they have a lot of bells and whistles within their bank, but just the relationship piece here locally on the business side is huge for us.
5 Star treats us like we're number 1. They're right there with suggestions, with help. So I have to bank with people that have our mission in mind.
We're 5 Star Bank. How can we help you?
Out $100 bills, and it kills and it thrills like the horns on my Silverado grill. And I buy the bar double round.
Hi, Bill Evans, president of the Placer County Association of Realtors. We're in our store, our conference facilities, an amazing team that helps us keep together an amazing organization. And we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the
Right-hander Declan Casey on the hill for the Kings as they are within 1 at 4-3. Casey will face Cole Dillon, Trip Garish, and TJ Oster. The 7, 8, 9 hitters in the Potters order, trying to put a little bit of insurance up here as Preston Brook came out as the savior there with a strikeout and a pop-out with the bases loaded to keep the Potters on top at least momentarily at 4-3. Dillon's popped out, grounded out into a fielder's choice, and he swings and misses at that one. It is 1-1. Jimenez went the first 4, then Poole 2 innings. Robinson went 1, gave up 1 hit, 1 walk, and struck out 2. And now here's Casey. Check swing, and he went, so it's 1-2. 50-50 winner for the guys going to Cooperstown. They raised $1,200, so they split that half and half. $600 to help them get to Cooperstown. I'll get them maybe as far as Nebraska or somewhere. Swing and a miss. Impressive strikeout by Casey. 1 out here in the 8th inning, and that'll bring up Trip Garish, who struck out twice and walked so far in this one. The left-hand hitter has a word with Cole Dillon as he walks by him. Maybe not suitable for family viewing. Left-hand hitter comes out here out of Belmont, California, and the United States Air Force Academy. Is 4 for 9 so far for the Potters this summer. He takes the fastball down low. That one is swung on and fouled into the catcher's glove, so it's 1 ball and 1 strike. think that's Mike Livigny on deck. Garish fouls it. Because if there's a number, then you look at the roster and that number is blank. It's always sneaky, somebody sneaky, like a Livigny. One and two on Tripp. Potters on top 4-3, trying to go 11-1 on the season, and it's been a tussle against these West Coast Kings. Down to third base line. Nice backhanded play by Johnson. Goes across the diamond on a hop. I don't think he's in time, and he's not. What a fine play by Colin Johnson at third base, though. Almost got Garish at first, and Tripp beats it out. 8th hit for the Potters, and T.J. Oster is the scheduled hitter, except it's not. It's Michael Livigny who's going to bat for T.J. Oster. So the coach is getting out there. TJ with the big 2-run single. Pass ball misses outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Garish hit the ball to the right of Colin Johnston, made a nice backhand, and he's a long way away. Tried to skip it across and tripped a little bit too quick for him. Livigny takes that one, and it's high. 2-0. Top of the order, that's J.R. Freethy on deck. Potters would really like to get another run. As the throw to first base chases Garish back. Right down the middle, 2-1. At 84 from Declan Casey. That sliced down the right field line, but foul, and I think he broke a bat there. That's a wounded soldier's going to go back, yeah. He's going to do the walk of shame with the broken bat. So it's 2-2 on Livigny. Looks like Micah Marquez on deck. We'll check that as we have several different number 17. I think Riley's also wearing number 17 today. He fouls that one back. Does not break the bat and gets a Bronx cheer from the crowd. 2-2 on Livigny. I'm getting to like to say that. I didn't call him Levine for so long. I asked the manager, I think he said Levine. But Livigny is way better. Pops that one out of play. So Livigny is French for foul ball, I guess is what that is. And he settles in for another 2-2 pitch. I think he's getting a lot of encouragement from his team over there on the first base side. There goes the runner. Breaking ball's line to right field. That is a base hit. Garish is rounding second. He's already at third. Livigny rounds first. And it's a slice of single to right field. And the Potters are in business, first and third with one out here in the 8th. So Livigny is French for base hit, if you will. And he is at first base. And I think this is Micah Marquez. Well, Marquez comes in for JR. JR with another 2-hit night. Scored a run back in the 3rd after he tripled. Marquez is up here. Micah takes outside for a ball. He's from St. Helena, California. Livigny leading at first. There he goes. He's gone. Forget about it. He's becoming a cult hero here. He may have to turn in. We get Stones McCoy on the phone. He's going to be coaching third from now on because Michael Livigny is coming back to the team. Infield in now. That's hit high in the air down the right field line. It's a foul ball and out of play. So Marquez with a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Cole Eaton is following him. Micah takes outside. Second and third, one out here in the eighth. Potters lead at 4-3. Fastball misses outside. Marquez takes the base on balls. That loads him up. One out, and Cole Eaton coming to the plate. Cole has popped out, had an RBI ground out, and lined into a double play and struck out. So he's 0 for 4, looking to deliver 2 runs right here. And I think if he scored a run, Lavigny would be the Colt hero and would be a candidate for player of the game. Now, I'm not saying he would be the guy, but he would be a candidate. So here's Cole Eaton out of Elkhorn, Nebraska, University of Tennessee. Takes that one in the dirt. That's a nice block. See if that is the catch. I think that's number 10, Anthony Esparza, behind the plate. Another good block by Esparza on a check swing. So he's going to take a minute. He might have blocked that with more than the glove, if you catch my drift. 2-0. And the umpire very considerately cleans off home plate, which really wasn't that dirty, to be honest with you. And now we're going to have a meeting at the mound by the West Coast Kings. Looks like a slow walk, Riley, so let's go ahead and go to a break here. We are in the bottom of the 8th inning. Bases loaded. Potters up by 1.
Situated on the corner of Lincoln Boulevard and 5th Street, this iconic building has been the home to several hotels over the decades, the most famous and longest running of which. Having undergone several renovations and architecture, this building is the current home of Old Town Pizza, which boasts not 1 but 2 floors for your dining and enjoyment, including open-air seating on the roof. Stop in for a slice today. Stop by the Lincoln Museum to see the 300-pound cash register that used to adorn the front desk of the Lincoln. For more great history, visit the Lincoln Area Archives Museum and only take their free walking tour of historic downtown.
That is ball 3 from Casey to Cole Eaton. And the 3-ball no strike count here with the bases loaded. 1 out in the inning. Garage with the single, then Lavigny with the single. The walk to the pinch hitter Marquez, and the strike down the middle to Cole Eaton. Swing and a miss, 3-2. Esparza blocked that one, didn't even know he had it in his glove. I don't think he went looking for it. Full count on Cole Eaton. Hudson Brown to follow. Potters up 1. Defense looks for double plays in the middle and go to the plate on the corners. 3-2 pitch. Grounded into the hole into left field for a base hit. Here comes 1 run. They're going to hold station to station. It's an RBI single for Cole Eaton, and the Potters now lead at 5-3. Everybody moves up 1. Cole comes through with another RBI, his 2nd of the night, his 9th of the summer, and here's Hudson Brown. Still just 1 out here. Potters up 5-3 now. He takes a strike right in there, 0-1. Line drive center field, should carry out to Taylor. He makes the catch. Tag at third base. That's a sacrifice fly. Another run in. The Potters take a 3-run lead at 6-3. Lavigny scores, the Colt hero, singles and scores, and has a stolen base. Marquez stays at second, Eaton at first. It's a 2-run rally for the Potters here in the 8th. And here's Cade Parker, who is singled and been hit by a pitch since coming on for Andrew Sloan, and he takes a fastball outside. Takes another fastball, and it's outside. So it's 2-0 on Cade. Sean White would follow if he keeps the inning going. 2 outs here. And the Potters have scored twice. Misses inside this time, so it's 3-0. That's outside, so it's a quick walk to Cade Parker. He's on base for the third time. And the Potters now with the bases loaded again, and Sean White, who's had a good night. He struck out in the first inning, grounded out in the fourth, and then said, I got to get down to business here. 2-run single in the sixth, and then a double in the seventh. So he comes up here 2 for 4. And with the bases loaded situation, as Esparza goes out to chat with Declan Casey, make sure they're on the same page. Just a RBI single in the sixth, not a 2-run single, it turns out, as I look at my notes for the first time. Hits it sharply, but just foul down the third base line. Oh and 1 on Sean. Georgia Southern University for the Potters catcher. That's in the dirt, a good stop by Esparza with the bases loaded. That's huge. And it's 1-1. Jimenez started for the Kings. Poole came on and pitched the 5th and 6th, then Robinson in the 7th, and now Casey handling the 8th inning. 1-1 on Sean White. Misses with the fastball outside, 2-1. High fly ball, well hit center field. Going back is Taylor. Makes the catch in deep left center field. Potters scored twice. We go to the 9th. They lead at 6-3.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Here in Michigan, we do more than just survive the winter. We thrive during it. You simply can't keep us away from what we love most: great times and amazing beer. The snow transforms the landscape and lays the path for adventures yet to be had. Trails ready to be explored, and freshly groomed hills ready for the first run of the day. And later, as the sun descends, it's time to unwind with great conversation and even better friends. Experience a taste of Michigan winter with Founders Brewing Company, born and brewed in Michigan.
Potters pumping it up, top of the 9th inning. They lead at 6-3 after scoring twice in the 8th inning. See, Preston Brook is still out on the mound for the Potters. He came on to save the day, at least in the 8th inning. See, is that still, I think we might have a new pitcher out there, Riley the engineer. No, it's still, okay, still Preston. I thought he might have, looks like he kind of muscled up in the between innings and got a little heavier or something like that, but I guess it's just the lighting. You know how that is. So let's see what we've got. I think we've got Anthony Esparza is going to start us off here. So first it was Pimentel, then it was Cartwright. Now it's Esparza who came on in the eighth inning and behind the plate. His first at bat here against Preston. He swings and misses at an inside fastball. Brook came on with the bases loaded in the top of the eighth. Got a strikeout and a pop out. And he's out here to try to close this one down for the Potters, give them their 11th win in 12 tries. Fastball on the corner, call it strike two. No post-game wrap-up today because we've got fireworks, but we want to say Friends of McBean raising money to improve our scoreboard situation. Breaking ball, inside corner, call strike three. Second strikeout for Brook and the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up Liam O'Connor. So Friends of McBean, I think it's .org, something like that, or we can put up we'll put up the QR code so you can take a look at it right there. Scan that baby, Friends of McBean, and let's get that scoreboard updated. Thank you, Riley the engineer. O'Connor came out, got the first hit of the game for the Kings. Pinch hitting in the eighth inning, led it off with a single, and later scored. So Liam is 1 for 1. That's fouled out of play, so it's quickly 0-2 on Liam O'Connor. Chase Taylor, the leadoff hitter, on deck. Slider is just outside, so it's 1-2. Kings both their hits and both their runs in that eighth inning. Fastball just misses that outside corner. 2-2. Two balls, two strikes. Look out, that hit him. Out. Looked like it hurt him on the left leg, maybe. So Liam's going to hopefully be okay to go down to first base, but that one looked like it stung right by the knee, maybe the left knee, yeah. And that one was about 85 miles an hour from Preston Brook. I think we can give him a ghost runner or something like that. We'll give him a courtesy runner. Emma's going to come out and take care of him and make sure he is good to go. I would deputize any player. Even if you've already played, you can go run at first base. The umpire probably heard that. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. See if Liam can make it himself. He's going to be a little bit gingery. He's going to go, I would think, well, he's going to try to tough it out. It is fireworks night, and you don't want to go out of the game on fireworks night. Next hitter is Chase Taylor. They're checking with Emma. Emma's going to give the expert opinion. Either you go or you don't go. You ask Emma. They asked the umpire. He said, he looks okay to me. West Coast coach comes out. We don't really have anybody to run for him. I've already said they can use anybody they want, even if he's already played. I've already given them dispensation. So they're talking over various ways to deal with this situation as poor Liam just kind of limps his way out of there. He doesn't look like he needs to be running anywhere soon, anytime soon. So the West Coast manager goes back in dugout and says, who wants to run? I don't see anybody raising their hand. Riley is offering to go out there and run. I would like to see that. I really would. We've already have Levigny go out and play, so why not Riley? And he's asking them, can we just use like a ghost runner guy? They said, nope, use that guy. Here we go. We have a volunteer. Looks like number 5. That's Nate Hamburger. He's already left. I said he could come back and run. I said it's okay. Lopez batted for him last inning. Let him run. Nope. No, they're going to go with Frankie Castillo, who was started the game in left field and has been replaced by O'Connor. So he's going to come back for the guy. Okay, that's fair. It's kind of like softball. You can come back in for the guy who replaced you. Or the woman who replaced you in that situation. So Castillo's going to run at first base. With one out, here is Chase Taylor, who has walked 3 times and struck out. Swings and misses at that fastball. 0-1. Daniel Polasek is on deck. He delivered the big blow in the 8th inning, a 2-run double. That one just misses, so it's 1-1. Right on 85 miles an hour from Preston Brook out of Sparks, Nevada, William Jessup University. Look out, that's inside. 2-1. Brook, the 5th pitcher for the Potters. Williams, Anderson, Kyles, and Vassar preceded him. That's right down the middle, strike 2. 2-2. Popped up, thinks that's going to get out of play, giving chase. Several different Potters. It's like Micah Marquez took over at third base. Batted for Freethies. That makes a lot of sense. Two coming up again from Preston Brook. Just misses outside, 3-2. It's hit a ground ball to second base. Flip over to short for 1. Over to first. They pulled it. The double play. 4-6-3, and the Potters win it. They improved to 11-1 on the season. Final score: Potters 6, Kings 3. We're not going to do a post game, but we are going to do an Old Town Pizza Player of the Game. I'm giving it to Preston Brook. He comes in the 8th inning with the bases loaded and 1 out, strikes out a guy, gets a pop-up, comes out here in the 9th inning, gives up the hit batter, but they pulled the double play. So Preston Brook, you are our player of the game. Potters with the win. Tomorrow, 1:05 will be the start. 1:05 as the Potters take on the San Francisco Seals. For Mark the Phantom Lowe, for Riley the engineer, for Willie Preston, for Carson the intern, and Lauren the intern, and everybody else who walked up here today, we say thank you for watching. We'll talk to you next time.